Boom! Back at the majestic place called the chilling spot for the sunset session with Gavin. Gavin's in the back. So, the reason why, I think I was there, the reason why most people on this planet live their life like they do is because they presume that it will all last forever. Their parents, friends, pet, and of course them. In this foreverness, one can while away time doing one silly frivolity, triviality after another. What's the harm, they say? We all have the time in the world. We have all the time in the world. An eternity for nonsense. Looking at them, one gets the feeling they have infinite lifespans. Beings here show no comprehension of their lifetime. The reality of death does not ever really enter their consciousness. When it actually happens in their forever little world, it is seen as a trauma, which they usually cannot recover from. Death opens up too many questions, like what's after, etc. So best to just behave as if it doesn't exist and carry on with mindless nonsense in forever land. A being who knows that they have limited time here is bound to behave differently, especially if they also know what is at stake if they don't. It will never come. There are too many here who think that if they don't think about the future, ignore it completely, and keep on living just reacting to the momentary happenings within their narrow confines, future will never come. It will never become the present. Thus, so much head in the sadness about realities like death, afterlife, etc. Next half an hour, I'm gonna turn around to kind of have the sunset, because I kind of want to see the sun too. Yeah. Here. So next half an hour, yeah, there are too many here who believe in doing actions without even considering, visualizing the future of the next half an hour, let alone till death or after death, or the many cycles of birth and death. And all of them can't seem to figure out why things go so wrong for them. A refusal. Most people refuse to consider the future, short-term or long-term or full-term. But future always still arrives and becomes the present. Always an unpleasant present where one has not had any consideration for it. Consideration. A term now relegated to how one is with others. LotusOcean says consideration is a term which has to be applied first to one's own self. Considering one's own full future, including death and cycles of birth and death, fully being the only way to get out of all hell and unpleasantness. Consider. The most important word required for the people on this planet, it should be in bold letters. Replace all signboards, graffiti, ads. Everywhere should be C for consider. C for consider. Because refusal to consider fully, properly, completely before acting is the source of all ills which plague them. Consider concentric sides, looking at things from all sides and angles before taking any decision. Consider is a full circle in itself, nothing left out, especially the core issue at hand. To consider is an automatic, natural thing. It's about facts, not just thinking and lies of the ego. If one is overriding it, for whatever reason, one should know it will always lead to hell, pain, and torture. Hell, pain, and torture. No. The second most important word for the people of this planet, after one considers, it is an automatic no to all nonsense. The only way out of the hellish matrix, only after no to the rest can one say yes to divine. And we have PT. Concern. Concern, a sister word for consider, and both are related to that most enormous thing in the multiverse, future. Without care, concern, and consideration for totality of one's future, one cannot have a good future. And if you can do any math, you will know future is a long billion, trillion, ad infinitum time to be in boredom, hell, pain, and torture. Elephant in the room. There is only one elephant in the room for anyone, anywhere, and that elephant is their future. This life. This life. Hold on. This life, death, and afterlife, and so forth. Much bigger than the past they can remember, or the fleeting present, the hugest, biggest thing which everyone ignores, like it doesn't exist. If one refuses to acknowledge there is a thing called the future, in fact show a finger to it when it enters one's consciousness, like most are doing, the future cannot be good. When the future sticks the finger back to them, the whole bravado vanishes quite quickly.